Welcome to the Ask Junior Daily Judgment podcast. I'm Priya Sharma, and joining me today is Arjun Gupta.
Hello, everyone. We're excited to dive into today's important judgments. But before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our podcast if you enjoy our daily legal breakdowns.
That's right. Your support helps us reach more listeners and continue providing in-depth analysis of the latest court decisions. Now, let's get started with today's case.
Today, we're looking at the case of Parvin Kumar Jain versus Anju Jain, decided by the Supreme Court of India on December 10, 2024.
This case deals with a complex set of issues surrounding a dissolving marriage, primarily focused on maintenance and the legal ramifications of withdrawing a divorce petition. Let's break it down.
The key facts are straightforward. Parvin and Anju were married for 5 years, had one son, and separated in 2004. Throughout their marriage, Parvin worked as a banker while Anju remained a homemaker.
The legal proceedings started with Parvin filing for divorce in 2004, citing cruelty. Anju then applied for maintenance, which led to a series of legal battles over the next 2 decades, culminating in this Supreme Court case.
Right. So, the primary legal questions revolved around the jurisdiction of the family court after the withdrawal of the main divorce petition, the applicability of maintenance for an adult male child, the justification for enhanced maintenance and interest rates, and the dissolution of the marriage based on irretrievable breakdown.
Let's unpack these issues one by one. Firstly, the question of whether the family court loses jurisdiction over maintenance applications after the withdrawal of the divorce petition is a crucial one. What did the court decide?
The court held that the family court does not lose jurisdiction. This is based on Section 24 and Section 26 of the Hindu Marriage Act, which operate independently of the main divorce petition. The court emphasized that Section 24 aims to protect the financial security of a dependent spouse during marital disputes, and that protection cannot be nullified simply by withdrawing the divorce petition.
To illustrate this, imagine a scenario where a spouse withdraws a divorce petition to avoid paying maintenance. This ruling ensures that the dependent spouse still has recourse and isn't left vulnerable financially. It effectively closes any procedural loopholes for evading legal obligations.
The court then addressed the question of maintenance for adult male children. While their son had attained majority and completed his engineering degree, the court acknowledged that in today's competitive world, gainful employment might not be feasible until further education is completed.
This is a very progressive interpretation of the law, adapting it to the realities of modern education and job markets. The court recognized that simply having an engineering degree doesn't guarantee immediate employment, especially in today's highly competitive environment.
Therefore, the court held that it was both equitable and obligatory for the father, who had sufficient means to provide for his son's education and financial security until he achieved financial independence.
This ruling brings a nuanced approach to supporting adult children who, despite being legally adults, may still require financial assistance to complete their education and secure a stable future.
Moving on to the question of enhancement of maintenance and the interest rate, the court considered the financial capacity of both parties. The husband, being a senior banker with substantial assets and income, was deemed financially capable of providing enhanced maintenance.
The court applied the principle laid down in the case of Rajneesh versus Neha, where maintenance is determined based on the status of the parties, their reasonable needs, and the standard of living they enjoyed during the marriage. The court therefore found the enhancement of maintenance justified, given the husband's significant financial capacity.
And regarding the 12% interest rate, the court considered it a necessary measure to ensure compliance and compensate for delayed payments. It essentially acts as a deterrent against delaying maintenance payments, ensuring timely support for the dependent spouse and child.
Finally, the court addressed the irretrievable breakdown of the marriage, drawing upon the Constitution Bench decision in Shilpa Sailesh versus Varun Srinivasan. They considered several factors, including the lengthy separation, failed reconciliation attempts, and the parties' mutual agreement for dissolution.
The court concluded that continuing the marriage would serve no practical or emotional purpose. Given the circumstances, the the court dissolved the marriage under Article 142 of the Constitution.
This case highlights the court's willingness to recognize and address the reality of irretrievable breakdown in marriages. It underscores the importance of prioritizing the emotional and practical well-being of individuals when dealing with such situations.
So, let's summarize the final decision. The Supreme Court dissolved the marriage and ordered the husband to pay 5 crores to the wife as permanent alimony and 1 crore for the son's maintenance and education, making a total settlement of 6 crores payable within 4 months. All previously paid maintenance amounts will be adjusted.
This judgment carries several implications. Firstly, it reinforces the court's commitment to ensuring the financial security of dependent spouses during marital disputes. Secondly, it provides a progressive interpretation of maintenance for adult children, recognizing the evolving realities of education and employment. And finally, it emphasizes the importance of recognizing irretrievable breakdown in marriage, allowing parties to move on and seek new beginnings.
This decision sets a significant precedent and provides valuable insights into the evolving landscape of family law in India.
And that wraps up our analysis of today's judgment. We hope you found our discussion informative and engaging.
Before we sign off, we'd like to remind our listeners once again to like, subscribe, and share our podcast. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue bringing you daily updates on the most important legal decisions. SMAR.
Absolutely. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for another exciting episode. Until then, this is Priya Sharma.
And Arjun Gupta, signing off. Thanks for listening to the Ask Junior Daily Judgment Podcast.